Good evening and salutations, my YNR fans. So, Nick finds out about the deal that Victor made to Sally. He was not happy. I completely understand that. I completely understand why he was unhappy about it. This is classic Victor, though. This is classic Victor, and the fact that he grew up without a mother and yet he would want to sit there and do that to another child is just I don't even have words for that, to be honest. I mean, he's upset. He wants to sit there and deal with Victor right then and there, but Sally, calms him down. Adam and Chelsea talk to Connor about, the fact that Sally's having another baby. Sally's having a baby. And Adam's the father. And he's very confused by that whole situation because he's like, but y'all two aren't together, so what's going on? He doesn't seem thrilled about it. Despite the fact that his parents are sitting there saying that, listen, you're not gonna be replaced, yours gonna be loved, and you're not gonna be cast aside or anything like that. He doesn't seem too happy about it. Now he's not like bursting out yelling and being upset about it, but he's just like, all right, so I got homework to do, so I should probably get back to my room and do that. Can I? Are we done here? So they let him leave, and they could sit there and tell this is going to be a work in progress. It's not going to be an overnight sort of situation. Um, Abby confronts Ashley about her decision to be with Tucker, and I'm like, bro, you like even Ashley was like, you do realize that I'm the mother in the situation, right? Because Abby was all like, "Oh, well, that's pathetic. You're pathetic," and I'm like, "You really need to sit there and just take that down a couple notches. You really do." Um, so they hug and everything like that, and it's not like, oh my goodness, we're gonna be so like confrontation to each other. Now Abby also did call out Ashley. Another reason why she having Tucker stay with her, is to get under Jack's skin. And she was like, no, no, that's not it at all. And I'm like, let's be honest. It kind of is. If we're going to be honest, it kind of is. What else happened? Now, I know a lot of people were sitting there waiting for that moment when Daniel did get to see Mariah. Been waiting for that for a hot minute. He's been in town for a good while, and people still didn't get to see it. Now, for me, I wasn't watching the show as long, so I don't, what I'm saying? Like for me, the emotional impact isn't as like wow, oh my goodness. But you can tell that there was some bit of tension in there when they met. Um, so I thought that was interesting. That the problem for me again is that a lot of the nuances and everything like that just kind of just put them at. But if you've been waiting to sit there and see that scene for a while, it's it happens. Now for the rest of this episode, it's very fluff. It's very fluff. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some nice, good trippy moments and stuff with Neil and the actor, particularly the scene with him, him and Lily. And my goodness, I gotta sit there and say, it just shows you how long that this actress has been on the show. I mean, you looked at her back then, it was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you know what I'm saying? Like you're here. Like I mean, like she's so grown up. That's the only way I could sit there and say it. In some ways, see, in a lot of ways, I feel like it's also kind of good to be a new person to watch the show. You're not necessarily picking sides. Okay, I know there's Team Adam, there's Team Nick, and people that like Adam don't like Nick, and people like Nick don't like Adam. And for me, I'm just looking at that like this is one of those things where I'm just glad that I'm not in that boat, in that emotional boat. You know, um, there's a lot of people who don't like Nick, and trust me, people have filled me in, and I completely understand that. But why I do understand that on a logical note, watching the stuff that happened would have helped me understood it on a more emotional note. So I'm glad about that. I feel like I would have probably had more of a more of a emotional reaction or more of an emotional response to seeing old clips of Neil and stuff like that. Like I feel it because I maybe it's me and maybe it's the way that the actors that they're portraying him. You can just feel that sense of love and um bittersweet memories, like that sad kind of emotional weight whenever I see the um the actor and the character and stuff. And towards the end you have Victor, you have Nikki, and I think I said Sharon was there. Now the thing that was really funny was when Ashley and Tucker came in there, and the look on Victor's face, the disappoint, the disapproval look on his face was just priceless. I had to rewind that twice because I just laughed so hard. It was like if you put disapproval in a dictionary, you could just put his face right there. It was just priceless. Um, and I was here for it. Okay, I was here for it. Now, towards the end, they're doing a whole Neil tribute and everything, and then there's a woman that just shows up, and like, it's. I'm not gonna lie, I have no, I have no idea who the hell that is. They did talk about Drusilla, when they talked about Neil and stuff, but that was interesting. I heard about the background drama on that, and it is legendary. Damn, it's legendary. The players that are involved in that whole thing. Now, I don't mean characters. I mean actors. Like Peter Berkman, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Maybe Michelle Stafford or Stanford, one of the two. And I think maybe Melanie Scott Thompson, or how you pronounce her last name. Whatever order those names go into. Um, but I heard it is legendary. I gotta. I've heard a little bit. I gotta sit there and read more into it. You know, it's unfortunate because it's one of those things where it's like there's three sides to everything. There's hers, there's theirs, and then the truth is somewhere in the middle. You know, so let's see. I feel like that's probably about it. I feel like that's about it for the most part. Now I know that Monday they're gonna sit there and get more into that mystery person, and also um I always pronounce his name wrong. He was on that show that I like for I like certain aspects of that show, Criminal Minds, and I do use that term loosely. Shamor Moore or Shamir Moore. I can't pronounce his name. Listen. If you ever been to my live streams, when it comes to his names, it is hit or miss, baby. Most misses, but when I do hit one right the first time, it is just great. But anyway, the dude from also he's on SWAT, so he's back. I'm very curious about why he left. Very curious about why he left. I feel like granted, it's a lot of soaps that you just have a lot of drama, but like with YNR, I feel like there's a certain level of drama that you have on there that's almost more interesting than what goes on in their character. Um, Christina's husband, they were asking for him to come back on. He wrote a tweet pretty much to saying, "Why would I come back there after the way that they treated me?" And I'm like, damn. Like that's another little side nugget that I gotta sit there and read one day and maybe do a video on. The Drusilla one, I do, but I don't. Hmm, I do. I do. Yeah, I felt like towards the end, everything was just. I wouldn't sit there and say it was fluff. It was just more about being in Neo's club and going through memory lane and everything like that. And yeah. Anyway, I can't really think of anything else that happened. Um, anyway, if there's anything I forgot, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the live, in the chat, the comment section. Now, I've been sitting there saying this all night. Me, DC, if everything goes well, because I don't like to sit there and say everything's 100% into it actually happens until I literally put the post like maybe a few minutes or whatever. If everything goes well, me and DC, we're going to be sitting there talking soaps. We're going to be talking about our journey, our reflection on our years as YouTubers. We're going to be getting into it. It's going to be pretty interesting. So, I feel like that's pretty much about it. I know that I'm doing it on my phone instead of doing it on my laptop, but if I use my laptop, then by the time it takes for me to sit there and charge it, it's just going to be another delay when it comes towards doing this live stream. So, yeah. Can't think of anything else to happen. So, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Stay safe. I will see you in the next video.